21 signs about the body language of a woman who is sexually attracted to you. While words can deceive, the body speaks a primal language of attraction that rarely lies. What's even more fascinating is that 93% of men miss these silent signals, walking past golden opportunities without even realizing it. Today, we're decoding the hidden language of female desire, 21 unconscious behaviors that betray a woman's deepest attractions, no matter how hard she tries to conceal them. From the way she mirrors your movements to that almost imperceptible flush in her cheeks, these telltale signs have been confirmed by behavioral psychologists as universal indicators of sexual interest. After that, we will also clarify the differences in body language between men and women, giving you the most comprehensive perspective. Ready to discover if that special someone is secretly attracted to you? Pay close attention to sign number 7. It's so subtle yet so powerful that once you notice it, you'll never look at social interactions the same way again. First, let's work together to establish a foundational understanding of body language, broken down in detail for each part of the body. Each body part tells its own unique story. Pay close attention, and you'll uncover a surprising perspective on the masterpiece of humanity known as the human being. Reading body language. How we use our bodies to flirt. If you've found someone you're interested in, body language and signs of attraction can give you useful clues to help you figure out if the feeling is mutual. Body language is the non-verbal signals we give to others about our feelings toward them. They span the emotional range and have endless social functions. Let's look at dating body language and how being more attuned to it can work in your love life. Numerous individuals skillfully mask their genuine emotions in discussions, especially regarding romantic interests. However, the heart's desires are frequently revealed through other bodily signals. These deliberate and involuntary movements fill the gap when verbal expression falls short. Below is a concise guide to interpreting your date's nonverbal communication and indicators of attraction. Eyes. The eyes offer glimpses into the soul, and eye contact plays a long-established part in social exchanges. A silent understanding sometimes occurs through eye contact before verbal confirmation, a sensation often experienced during dates, especially with cues like abrupt pupil enlargement. A University of Edinburgh study also suggests women gravitate towards men with larger pupils. However, something considerably more intriguing happens emotionally when gazes meet. A 2017 study discovered that sustained eye contact might trigger the release of hormones associated with love and affection. Thus, eye contact might not just reveal a connection but actively foster it. Eye contact and attraction. Eye contact is a form of nonverbal expression. We delve deeper into the subtle realm of communication through eye contact and attraction. Eyebrows. Beyond the familiar frown or a raised eyebrow signifying curiosity, eyebrows can convey more nuanced messages in nonverbal communication. You might have encountered the attraction eyebrow flash, a quick, involuntary eyebrow lift. This gesture instantly reveals a person's engagement in the interaction. The challenge lies in its fleeting nature, lasting a mere fifth of a second, easily missed in a blink. However, eyebrow flashes often recur throughout conversations, emphasizing the importance of sustained eye contact and open gestures during flirtatious exchanges. Mouth. Our mouths are highly expressive, which can complicate the interpretation of body language and attraction signals. For example, slightly parted or bitten lips can denote excitement and attraction, but also nervousness and anxiety, as our lips become more sensitive during heightened emotional states. Body language expert Patty Wood observes that attraction often leads to increased saliva production, so frequent lip licking could suggest your efforts are succeeding. While not definitive proof of affection, it offers potential clues. Head. A forward head tilt can indicate interest, if not outright attraction. Individuals also frequently adjust their appearance, rearranging hair or touching their jawline, to prompt the other person to pay closer attention. This can strongly hint at some level of interest. Other positive head cues include slight rotations to improve listening or upward tilts signifying agreement. We instinctively grasp positive and negative head movements, so trust your intuition. Nose. Few nonverbal nasal cues are favorable for romantic prospects. A recent Universidad de las Americas study found nearly all carried negative implications. Flaring nostrils typically signal anger, while fidgeting with the nose reveals nervousness or discomfort. Nevertheless, negative body language can be a valuable indicator of when to shift conversational topics. Use even negative nonverbal cues as opportunities to redirect the interaction. Arms. Arms are among the more evident aspects of body language and attraction. Many of us instinctively recognize open arm gestures as welcoming and closed gestures as defensive. Crossed arms generally aren't positive and can suggest resistance to the conversation or the speaker. However, they might also indicate a lack of established trust. Conversely, hands on hips, akimbo, convey openness and confidence, power gestures. Legs. Legs are often overlooked yet highly expressive. In non-verbal communication, a foot pointed towards you or a knee angled in your direction can signify interest. Observe their leg position. Crossing at the feet can suggest confidence and relaxation. Crossing at the knees, however, can signal anxiety or defensiveness. Foot tapping, of course, requires no expert interpretation and clearly denotes impatience or irritation. General facial expressions. These are among the simplest non-verbal cues to decipher, often ingrained in human behavior. Facial expressions typically accompany speech for standard communication. However, when interpreting body language and signs of attraction, recognize individual differences. Nervousness might manifest as a smile, or awkwardness as laughter. Someone might display conventionally positive facial cues while feeling differently internally. Therefore, it's crucial to be equally attentive to both words and gestures, and the combined message they convey. Okay, have you mastered the stories and personalities that different parts of the human body convey? If you have, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment "I'm ready" below, because we're about to dive deeper into today's topic. 21 signs about the body language of a woman who is sexually attracted to you. Body language has its stories, but what about her body language? Let's explore the details together. Women frequently convey their interest subconsciously through nuanced body language. A prime example is the tenderous response. This entails a woman lifting her shoulders in a shrug-like motion when she's drawn to a man, reminiscent of cradling an infant, signifying warmth and affection. This elevated shoulder gesture transcends mere physical movement. It's an intrinsic mirroring of the female breast's curvature, subtly conveying nurturing and attraction. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius underscored the significance of comprehending human nature and conduct. He posited that grasping these subtle signs allows one to navigate social exchanges with enhanced wisdom and empathy, which are fundamental tenets of Stoicism. 1. Shrugging and lifting shoulders. A woman lifting her shoulders in your company not only displays a tender gesture, but subconsciously communicates comfort and attraction. This seemingly insignificant body language cue can be a potent indicator of her emotions. In our contemporary world, where digital communication often eclipses face-to-face interaction, recognizing such nonverbal cues provides a distinct advantage in understanding and connecting with others on a deeper plane. Stoic principles encourage us to be perceptive and attentive to these signs, empowering us to respond authentically and appropriately. 2. Tossing her head back to expose her armpit. Witnessing a woman toss her head back, letting her hair cascade over her shoulders or away from her face, may indicate sexual attraction. This gesture isn't confined to women with long hair. Even those with shorter styles exhibit this behavior, according to body language specialists. This movement serves two purposes. It exposes her neck and underarms, areas known to emit pheromones, subtle chemical signals that can draw the opposite sex. This seemingly casual action is deeply embedded in our primal instincts, designed to capture attention and convey interest wordlessly. Recall a time you experienced a sudden, inexplicable attraction to someone. Was it something they said, or was it a subconscious physical cue like this that stirred your emotions? Let's pause and reflect. How frequently do you overlook these subtle cues in our fast-paced world? Respond with yes and no, or sometimes in the comments below. Have you experienced a connection without understanding its origin? Heightened awareness of these nonverbal cues enhances our comprehension of social exchanges, fostering deeper, more meaningful relationships. This awareness transcends romantic attraction, improving overall communication skills and enriching our social lives. The key takeaway from this particular gesture is the importance of observing nuances in human behavior. It's a call to be present in our interactions and to decipher the unspoken signals that convey interest and affection. By doing so, we cultivate more profound and genuine relationships, guided by Stoic wisdom. 3. Swaying hips more than usual. A woman sexually attracted to you may exhibit a subtle yet perceptible sway in her hips as she walks. This amplified movement is often observed when she's approaching a place where she anticipates your gaze, like the restroom. This isn't arbitrary behavior, it's a primal signal rooted in human evolution, designed to attract attention and communicate interest. Envision this as an involuntary dance, a physical embodiment of attraction. The human body is the best picture of the human soul, Ludwig Wittgenstein stated, a sentiment particularly relevant to body language. Have you ever witnessed this type of movement and questioned its intentionality? Understanding these subtle cues allows you to better interpret a woman's interest. A Stoic approach encourages observation without judgment and understanding the underlying motivations behind actions. This awareness fosters navigating social interactions with clarity and assurance, aligning with our channel principles. When observing a woman swaying her hips, consider the context and accompanying signs. Is she making eye contact? Smiling? Playing with her hair? These combined elements provide a clearer understanding of her feelings. Instead of dismissing this movement, consider its significance within the broader context of your interaction. How does recognizing these signs alter your engagement with others? Can this awareness improve your personal and social life, embodying the Stoic mindset? By cultivating keen observation, you decipher the subtle languages people speak, fostering more meaningful and deliberate connections. 4. Touching up makeup. When a woman refreshes her lipstick during a date, it indicates she's trying to present her best self to you. This seemingly minor gesture reveals her interest and effort to appear attractive. In the realm of body language, such actions are significant indicators of attraction. As Marcus Aurelius stated, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Observing and interpreting these subtle cues profoundly influences your understanding of social dynamics and relationships. A woman touching up her makeup isn't simply conforming to societal beauty standards, she's signaling her desire to be noticed and admired. This act of reapplying lipstick demonstrates her commitment to maintaining an appealing appearance, reflecting her interest and investment in the date. In today's world, where first impressions and appearances carry considerable weight, recognizing these signals can enhance your interactions and relationships. Reciprocating this attention and care is crucial. This is particularly relevant in our fast-paced world, where digital communication often overshadows face-to-face exchanges. Attending to such details distinguishes you, showcasing attentiveness and emotional intelligence. 5. Looking at your lips. A potent sign of female sexual attraction is focused attention on your lips. This isn't a fleeting glance, but a lingering gaze that captures your attention. It's not accidental. It's a profound, almost instinctive gesture rooted in human nature and biology. This action subconsciously highlights her own lips, making them appear more alluring. Looking at your lips can also trigger subtle tongue movements designed to catch your eye, perhaps licking or gently biting her lips. This is her body's way of communicating desire without words, utilizing the universal language of attraction and seduction. Consider a scenario where you're conversing with a colleague over coffee. If her gaze repeatedly falls to your lips, her eyes brightening with each word, this seemingly small act can be remarkably revealing. It signifies interest, a silent cue of deeper, more intimate attraction. This subtle interplay of glances and gestures often surpasses the power of words. Have you ever unconsciously exhibited similar behavior? These nonverbal cues are powerful tools in human interaction, often conveying more than words can express. They are crucial in forming connections and expressing unspoken desires. Ultimately, Understanding these subtle signs can enrich your interactions and help you build more authentic relationships. It teaches us that the language of attraction is often silent yet deeply expressive. By being mindful of these cues, you can cultivate a more engaging and fulfilling social life, grounded in Stoic principles and the pursuit of true happiness. This approach enhances your personal connections and aligns with the Stoic philosophy of living a virtuous and self-aware life, where every interaction is an opportunity for growth and understanding. 6. Stroking her purse. A seemingly trivial act, like gently stroking a purse, can be a significant indicator of attraction. She might even ask you to pass her purse or retrieve something from it. This is important because placing her purse within your reach is a symbolic invitation into her personal space, demonstrating trust and openness, key components of connection building. Conversely, moving her purse away suggests emotional distance and disinterest or discomfort. Repeatedly placing her purse near you is a deliberate choice. Women often use objects as extensions of themselves, and by positioning her purse close to you, she subtly conveys a desire for proximity. This non-verbal act communicates comfort and a desire for closeness. Being mindful of these cues is essential for respectful Stoic interaction. Recognizing such a small gesture allows for understanding the language of attraction and responding in a way that respects both your feelings and hers. This is where Stoic empathy comes into play. By attuning yourself to her non-verbal signals, you can foster a deeper connection based on mutual respect and understanding. 7. Raise your eyebrows and lower your eyelids. A notable seductive gesture is raising the eyebrows while subtly but distinctly lowering the eyelids. This expression, often compared to a woman's facial expression during orgasm, strongly suggests interest and desire. Do you concur? Comment, "I agree," to connect with others who share this perspective. This combination of eyebrow movement and drooping eyelids is more than a random facial expression. It's deeply rooted in human psychology and instinctive behavior. It signals vulnerability and openness, inviting the man closer, both physically and emotionally. Within the context of Stoic life lessons, recognizing such nonverbal cues aligns with the principle of observing the world without emotional clouding. As Marcus Aurelius stated, the soul colors its thoughts. Attentively observing these subtle signs cultivates mindful awareness, enriching your interactions and helping you navigate social dynamics with wisdom and grace. 8. Walking or sitting with a limp wrist. A woman walking or sitting with a limp wrist sends a subtle yet powerful signal. This gesture, frequently used in seduction, conveys submissiveness, which can be appealing to men. It suggests a willingness to be led, creating a dynamic where the man feels empowered to take charge. This transcends physical attraction, tapping into deeper psychological cues embedded in human behavior. Imagine observing a woman at a cafe, her wrist resting softly on the table's edge during conversation. Her body language is open, inviting, and subtly submissive, attracting attention without overt actions. This is not weakness, but a strategic expression of interest and availability. In a modern context, consider successful professionals who, despite strong personas, know when to lower their guard in personal settings to foster deeper connections. This duality enriches and complicates human interaction. How often do we miss these subtle cues? The limp wrist gesture, though seemingly minor, can profoundly indicate attraction and interest. It reminds us that observing nonverbal communication is crucial in our pursuit of Stoic principles. Honing this awareness improves our interactions and fosters more meaningful relationships. Recognizing and understanding the body language of attraction, such as the limp wrist gesture, enriches our social interactions. It's not about negative dominance or submission, but about creating balanced and flowing communication. Integrating this awareness into our daily lives aligns with Stoic principles, fostering Stoic happiness and deeper, more fulfilling connections. 9. Caressing her knees. When a woman touches and caresses her knees, it can strongly indicate sexual interest. While seemingly subtle, this gesture speaks volumes about her feelings and intentions. Imagine her gently touching or caressing her own knees while sitting across from you. This seemingly innocent or even unconscious act is a significant non-verbal cue. Her likely unawareness makes it all the more telling. It often signifies a desire to bridge the physical distance between you. Touching her knees may reflect a wish to touch yours, symbolizing a deeper longing for closeness. Remember, body language is a potent form of communication, often revealing more than words. Touching and caressing her knees transcends a random act. It potentially indicates interest and desire. Our channel approach to interpreting these signs can guide you towards better understanding and deeper connections. How will you integrate these insights into your future interactions? Can you see how a stoic mindset can transform your perception and response to such signals? Reflect on these thoughts and how they can enhance your journey towards personal growth and improved relationships. 10. Exposing the underside of her wrists. The gradual exposure of the delicate inner wrist is often an unconscious sign of vulnerability and openness. Stoicism teaches us to observe the world and its nuances with a calm and discerning mind. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Applying this principle helps us interpret the silent language of attraction. Exposing her wrists signals trust and a willingness to be vulnerable, similar to the Stoic approach of embracing truth and authenticity. While seemingly trivial in modern life, these gestures carry profound implications. Recognizing and respecting them can lead to deeper, more meaningful connections. When a woman gradually reveals the underside of her wrists, she communicates comfort and interest. This isn't random, but a significant body language cue. It's essential to approach such moments with a stoic mindset, remaining observant and reflective rather than reactive. The gradual exposure of a woman's inner wrists is a delicate yet telling sign of attraction, rooted in human behavior. Integrating Stoic principles allows us to better understand and appreciate these subtle cues, fostering more meaningful and authentic connections. This approach enriches our personal interactions and embodies Stoicism's teachings on living with intention, awareness, and virtue. 11. Cross your legs. Crossing legs, a classic and seductive move commonly observed in women, particularly when wearing short skirts, shorts, or tight leggings, is both discreet and revealing, making it a highly seductive body language signal. It intentionally draws attention to her legs, conveying comfort and confidence. Beyond physical charm, there's a complex psychology at play. Crossing her legs can signal openness to closer interaction while maintaining modesty and self-control. This balance between vulnerability and restraint can be highly seductive. How do we apply this knowledge practically? Interact with individuals exhibiting these signs respectfully and sincerely. Ask yourself, what does her body language reveal about her state of mind and emotions? Do you reciprocate her interest with equal care and respect? Comment 1, if yes, 2, if no. This self-awareness and concern for others' comfort aligns with Stoic happiness, which emphasizes harmony and mutual respect in relationships. 12. Stroking her thigh or neck. Our 12th point focuses on sensually stroking the thigh, neck, or décolletage. This seemingly simple action carries deeper meaning and potential. It's a clear sign of heightened attraction towards you. This gesture is an invitation, suggesting openness to reciprocation if you respond appropriately. Women possess a higher density of sensory nerves than men, increasing their sensitivity to physical touch. This sensitivity is both physical and emotional, making their touch a powerful communication form. Have you considered how much more these small gestures can convey than words? When a woman gently strokes her neck, consider it an invitation into her personal space, signaling comfort and attraction. This is often accompanied by other signs of interest like sustained eye contact, smiling, or leaning closer. Attending these collective cues provides a clearer picture of her feelings. By understanding and responding appropriately, you foster deeper connection and mutual understanding. This aligns with Stoic principles of awareness, empathy, and emotional intelligence. Our channel attitude projects confidence and respect, making you more appealing and trustworthy. When a woman sensually strokes her thigh, neck, or décolletage, it clearly signals attraction. A stoic response ensures you approach these situations with calmness and respect, leading to more meaningful connections. 13. Stroking phallic-shaped objects. Number 13 on our list of 21 facts concerns stroking objects like cigarettes, the rim of a wine glass, an earring, or any phallic-shaped item. This seemingly innocent gesture can be a powerful unconscious indicator of a woman's thoughts. Stroking these objects can be a projection of her inner thoughts and feelings. Psychologists suggest such actions often unconsciously reflect internal states, indicating sexual attraction. When you observe this behavior, understand it as a potential non-verbal expression of interest. This subtle body language aligns with the Stoic principle of observing the world with a calm and discerning mind, allowing us to see beyond the surface and understand deeper truths. In essence, stroking objects like cigarettes or the rim of a wine glass is more than just a habit. It's a significant indicator of her internal state. 14. Twirling her hair. The act of twirling her hair is one of the most classic and easily recognizable gestures of flirtation, yet its meaning can vary greatly depending on the context and manner in which it's performed. When a woman gracefully wraps a lock of hair around her fingers or delicately places it near her mouth, it often signals interest and flirtation. This gesture subtly draws attention to her face and movements, inviting observation without appearing overly obvious. The allure lies in the blend of shyness and playful seduction, which can captivate a man's attention effortlessly. However, the nuance in how this action is performed is critical. When the movements are fluid and intentional, such as gently curling the hair with open, relaxed gestures, the signal is one of confidence and flirtation. On the other hand, if the hair is bitten or hidden, the gesture may convey nervousness, boredom, or even disinterest. For instance, a woman absent-mindedly chewing on her hair might be expressing irritation or distraction rather than attraction. From a psychological perspective, hair twirling is both a self-soothing action and a subtle signal of vulnerability. This interplay of self-comfort and outward communication makes it a powerful gesture. In the context of Stoic philosophy, recognizing the intention behind this act promotes emotional clarity and enables a better understanding of human behavior. Observing such nuances in body language helps us appreciate the unspoken beauty of human connection. By approaching these moments with calm awareness, one can navigate interactions with greater confidence and empathy, deepening connections without overstepping boundaries. 15. Placing one leg under the other. When a woman places one foot under the other in a relaxed posture, this seemingly minor action can carry significant meaning. This position exudes comfort and casualness, breaking down formal barriers and inviting intimacy. It signals that she feels at ease in your presence, creating an environment conducive to deeper connection. The gesture also subtly draws attention to her legs and thighs, which are often associated with openness and vulnerability in body language. Beyond physical attraction, this pose communicates trust. A woman who adopts such a relaxed position indicates she is willing to let her guard down, showing a level of comfort and acceptance in your presence. It's not merely about revealing physical beauty, but demonstrating a willingness to share a more authentic and unguarded version of herself. Body language expert Joe Navarro aptly described nonverbal communication as a silent code that reveals truths words often fail to express. The way a woman positions her legs is a perfect example of this silent yet powerful conversation. This gesture also has deeper evolutionary and social roots. Historically, vulnerability in body language has often been linked to attraction and trust building. By relaxing her posture and subtly revealing parts of herself, a woman conveys openness to forming a closer connection. Recognizing and respecting this nonverbal cue allows for a deeper understanding of her feelings, enhancing your ability to respond thoughtfully and respectfully. 16. Rocking her shoe on her toe. A less obvious but highly telling gesture of attraction is when a woman rocks her shoe on her toe, slipping it in and out in a relaxed motion. While this may appear as a casual or unconscious act, it carries layers of meaning. This movement suggests that she feels comfortable and at ease in your presence, as such relaxed behavior typically only occurs in safe and welcoming environments. Beyond comfort, this act also carries subtle sexual undertones symbolizing vulnerability and openness. The act of slipping the shoe in and out creates a dynamic visual cue, often interpreted as suggestive without being overt. For many, the female foot holds an allure that amplifies the impact of this gesture, making it a powerful yet understated signal of attraction. However, its effectiveness lies in its subtlety. Performed unconsciously, it reveals authentic feelings, unlike exaggerated or intentional gestures that might seem forced. From a Stoic perspective, understanding and responding to this gesture involves maintaining composure and respect. Recognizing the gesture as an invitation to build trust, rather than an overt sexual signal, ensures that your reactions align with Stoic principles of self-control and emotional intelligence. By appreciating the nonverbal dialogue without overstepping boundaries, you foster deeper, more genuine interactions. 17. Holding a gaze with slightly lowered eyelids. Few gestures are as universally captivating as holding a gaze with slightly lowered eyelids. This deliberate and lingering look conveys interest and desire while maintaining an air of mystery. It invites the recipient to participate in a silent conversation, creating a dynamic interplay of observation and acknowledgement. When a woman holds your gaze just long enough to communicate intent before looking away, she is signaling attraction in a way that feels confident yet non-aggressive. This gesture is deeply rooted in human nature. Across cultures and throughout history, eye contact has served as one of the most potent forms of non-verbal communication. Lowering the eyelids slightly while maintaining a gaze adds an element of vulnerability, drawing the other person closer emotionally and physically. It's an invitation to connect, creating an intimate moment that words cannot replicate. However, the power of this gesture lies in its balance. Prolonged eye contact without breaking away can come across as intense or confrontational, while fleeting glances might seem unintentional. The slightly lowered eyelids soften the gaze, creating an approachable and inviting demeanor. Reflecting on past interactions with this knowledge can be enlightening, helping you recognize missed opportunities and refine your ability to read unspoken cues. 18. Plucking her eyebrows. Plucking her eyebrows, or lightly grooming them with her fingers, might seem like an insignificant action, but it carries profound implications in the realm of body language. This subtle gesture often reflects a mix of nervousness and vulnerability, which can paradoxically increase a woman's allure. When a woman touches or adjusts her eyebrows during a conversation, it may signal that she is seeking reassurance, feeling self-conscious, or trying to gauge your reaction. Interestingly, this action can trigger a protective response in men. Biologically, humans are wired to detect signs of vulnerability, which often evoke feelings of care and attraction. This reaction is not manipulative, but rather a natural consequence of how our brains process nonverbal cues. As Stoic philosopher Epictetus once noted, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Observing such gestures with mindfulness allows you to respond thoughtfully, fostering empathy and understanding. This small yet meaningful gesture highlights the intricacies of human connection. By recognizing these unconscious actions, you gain deeper insight into a woman's emotions and can navigate interactions with greater emotional intelligence. 19. Gathering her hair into a ponytail or bun. The act of gathering hair into a ponytail or bun is a deceptively simple yet profoundly meaningful gesture in nonverbal communication. Often performed without conscious thought, it conveys a subtle message of vulnerability and openness. By exposing the back of her neck, a part of the body typically hidden and highly sensitive, a woman subtly invites attention and signals a willingness to connect. This gesture is not solely about physical aesthetics. It reflects an emotional readiness to drop defenses and engage more intimately with the person in her presence. The neck, especially the back of it, has long been considered an erogenous zone in many cultures. It is rich with nerve endings and associated with both sensuality and trust. Biologically, exposing this area communicates comfort and safety, as it reveals one of the body's most vulnerable regions. In social or romantic settings, when a woman gathers her hair to reveal her neck, it is often an unconscious signal of interest or attraction. This act can also be seen as an invitation for closer interaction, whether through conversation, touch, or deeper emotional connection. From an evolutionary perspective, such gestures have roots in the dynamics of attraction. Vulnerability, as displayed by revealing the neck, fosters trust and intimacy. In modern contexts, this gesture may also convey a level of confidence, showing that she is comfortable enough to be unguarded in her interaction. For the observer, it is an opportunity to appreciate the nuances of nonverbal communication and respond appropriately, acknowledging the trust that the gesture implies. Stoicism, with its emphasis on mindfulness and measured reaction, offers valuable lessons in interpreting such cues. Rather than overanalyzing or jumping to conclusions, the philosophy teaches us to observe gestures like this with calm awareness and respect. Recognizing the layered meanings behind simple acts, like tying her hair back, enables deeper connections rooted in mutual understanding and trust. Responding with composure and genuine interest honors the subtle beauty of the interaction, fostering a space for authentic connection. By integrating such awareness into everyday interactions, we enrich our relationships and cultivate a more profound appreciation for the silent language of human connection. 20. Touching her neck. The neck is one of the most intimate and expressive parts of the body, making it a compelling nonverbal cue in the realm of attraction. Its sensitivity, both physical and emotional, allows it to communicate subtle yet powerful messages. When a woman touches or exposes her neck, it often draws attention to this delicate area, signaling vulnerability, trust, and openness. These gestures tend to happen unconsciously, reflecting her comfort in the interaction. For men, the neck holds a timeless allure, as its softness and exposure are culturally and biologically linked to qualities like youth, vitality, and femininity. This subconscious attraction underscores the profound interplay between body language and human instinct. Touching the neck in social or romantic contexts is a particularly nuanced gesture. Unlike overt forms of attraction, this action is understated, creating an air of mystery while inviting closer connection. A woman might lightly graze her neck, tilt her head to one side, or gently brush her hair away, all of which subtly emphasize this vulnerable area. These movements often accompany other signs of interest, such as leaning in, prolonged eye contact, or playful smiles, creating a cohesive and layered message of attraction. By observing these gestures in conjunction with other cues, one can gain valuable insights into her feelings and level of interest. From a psychological perspective, touching the neck serves as a dual-purpose gesture. It can act as a form of self-soothing when she feels slightly nervous or excited, while simultaneously signaling openness and receptivity to deeper connection. This duality makes the gesture intriguing and highly impactful, as it conveys both vulnerability and intent. Interpreting such cues requires a careful, stoic approach. Rather than rushing to conclusions or projecting assumptions, the philosophy of Stoicism encourages mindful observation and thoughtful reaction. Recognizing a woman's gesture of touching her neck is not about exploitation, but rather about fostering understanding and respect. By approaching these subtle signals with curiosity and emotional intelligence, you can create a space for authentic, meaningful interaction. This measured awareness deepens connections and aligns with the Stoic practice of cultivating empathy and self-control. In this way, the neck becomes not just a symbol of physical attraction, but also a gateway to building trust and intimacy in human relationships. 21. Turning her knees and legs towards the man. The orientation of a woman's knees and legs is a subtle yet revealing form of body language that speaks volumes about her interest and focus. When she positions her knees and legs toward you, this alignment acts as a nonverbal signal of attention and attraction. This deliberate physical orientation creates a metaphorical triangle of personal space, emphasizing an exclusive connection with you, while subtly warding off external distractions. Without saying a word, this gesture conveys the message: "You are the center of my attention." This body language extends beyond mere comfort. It signifies intentionality and purpose. When a woman directs her body towards someone, it demonstrates a willingness to engage and form a connection. It's not just a casual adjustment of posture, but an act that aligns her emotional focus with her physical presence. By tuning out surrounding stimuli, she is prioritizing the interaction, creating an atmosphere of intimacy and shared focus. This alignment communicates openness, an essential foundation for building rapport and fostering deeper emotional connections. From an evolutionary perspective, This gesture has its roots in non-verbal cues used to signal trust and interest. Humans have long relied on body language to communicate intentions without words, and aligning one's body toward another remains a timeless method of showing receptiveness and attraction. The act of turning her legs and knees towards someone demonstrates not only attention but also a subconscious desire to establish and maintain a connection. In the context of Stoicism, observing and interpreting such gestures embodies the principle of mindfulness, an awareness of subtle signals and their underlying meanings. Stoic philosophy encourages us to focus on understanding actions rather than making hasty judgments. By paying attention to a woman's body language, such as her leg orientation, you can respond with thoughtful consideration and respect. This approach fosters meaningful interactions based on genuine understanding rather than assumptions. Ultimately, the way a woman positions her knees and legs may seem like a small detail, but it carries profound implications for connection and communication. Recognizing and appreciating this nonverbal cue opens the door to more authentic and meaningful interactions, allowing both parties to engage in a silent yet powerful dialogue of trust and attraction. Concluding our exploration of 21 body language signs of female sexual attraction, I hope you've gained valuable insights into recognizing and understanding these subtle cues. Applying these principles enhances your interactions and builds deeper connections. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If unsure what to write, simply type, "I dare," to indicate you reached the end. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, join our community now. Don't rush to leave just yet because our adventure isn't over. I'll share a bit more about the differences in body language between women and men. What are the similarities and differences? Could it be that the signals you're showing to express your interest in her might be interpreted by her in the opposite way? Let's find out more. Body language. Men versus women. The dance of attraction is a complex yet fascinating interplay of verbal and nonverbal communication. While words can articulate thoughts and intentions, our bodies often convey a deeper, more unfiltered truth. Nonverbal cues such as posture, gestures, and eye contact create a rich tapestry of communication that complements and sometimes contradicts what is spoken aloud. Understanding this silent language is particularly important in romantic contexts, where even a slight misinterpretation can lead to confusion or missed opportunities. Studies, such as those published in Frontiers in Psychology, highlight the inherent differences in how men and women interpret body language. Men tend to excel at identifying positive signals, while women are more skilled at recognizing negative or neutral cues. These differences can make interactions both intriguing and challenging, as they shape how attraction is expressed and perceived. Men and women have distinct ways of using body language, shaped by evolution, culture, and personal experiences. Eye contact, for example, is often the first and most impactful form of silent communication. Women typically use brief glances to show interest, a behavior supported by research like the 1985 University of Missouri study, which highlights how these fleeting looks provide a safe way to gauge attraction. Such glances are subtle, allowing women to maintain an air of mystery while assessing potential suitors discreetly. Men, on the other hand, are more inclined toward prolonged eye contact, a behavior rooted in evolutionary drives to demonstrate confidence and dominance. This difference creates a silent yet dynamic conversation that often forms the foundation of attraction. Posture also reveals a notable gender divide. Men often adopt expansive, open stances, such as spreading their arms or legs, to display confidence and assertiveness. This behavior, known as territorial posturing, is rooted in an evolutionary need to project strength and dominance. Women, however, are more likely to assume smaller, more reserved postures initially, such as crossing their legs or arms. While these positions may appear closed off at first, they often shift to more open stances as trust and comfort develop. When it comes to gestures, men and women once again differ. Men frequently use broad, exaggerated gestures, such as animated hand movements or a pronounced laugh, to capture attention and assert their presence. Women, on the other hand, rely on smaller, more nuanced gestures. Actions like playing with their hair, lightly touching their neck, or adjusting their clothing are subtle yet effective ways women signal attraction or interest. These movements are often paired with an air of flirtation, drawing attention without being overly overt. Finally, the way touch is used in body language varies. men often use deliberate, firm touches, such as a pat on the back or a playful nudge, to establish connection. Women, however, are more likely to employ light, fleeting touches on the arm or shoulder to signal interest, creating a sense of intimacy without overwhelming the recipient. Yet, the way these cues are interpreted can differ as well. Women's heightened sensitivity to negative and neutral body language can sometimes lead to misjudgments, where a man's subtle signals of attraction might be perceived as indifference. Conversely, men's tendency to focus on positive cues can result in misinterpretation of friendly gestures as signs of romantic interest. These differences emphasize the need for careful observation and context in decoding body language, as even the slightest misstep can change the course of an interaction. The digital era has added a new layer of complexity to the dynamics of attraction. Online dating and digital communication lack the physical cues of in-person interactions, but have introduced their own form of non-verbal signals. Texting, for instance, involves what can be described as digital body language. The tone of messages, punctuation, and response times all contribute to the unspoken narrative of interest and intent. Enthusiastic punctuation, such as exclamation marks or the use of emojis, often suggests a higher level of engagement. A quick, thoughtful reply can signal attentiveness, while delays or terse responses may indicate disinterest. Emojis, in particular, have become a modern extension of body language. A simple smiley face can convey friendliness, while a heart-eyed emoji or blushing face may suggest romantic interest. However, interpreting digital signals requires a nuanced approach. Cultural differences and individual preferences heavily influence emoji usage, making it essential to consider the overall context of the conversation rather than relying solely on these symbols. Despite these differences, men and women share some universal body language traits. Both genders tend to mirror each other's movements when feeling comfortable or connected. This subconscious synchronization often occurs during engaging conversations or shared experiences, indicating rapport and mutual interest. Additionally, both men and women use smiling as a universal sign of friendliness and warmth. A genuine smile that reaches the eyes, known as a Duchenne smile, is a universally positive cue across genders. Similarly, leaning in during a conversation signals attentiveness and interest regardless of gender. Misinterpretation of body language can lead to unintended consequences in communication. For example, a man's expansive gestures or prolonged eye contact, intended to convey confidence, might be perceived by a woman as aggressive or overwhelming. Conversely, a woman's subtle gestures like playing with her hair or a light touch might be misread by a man as romantic interest when it is simply friendly or habitual behavior. These misunderstandings highlight the importance of considering context and combining nonverbal signals with verbal communication to ensure clarity. The key to effectively interpreting body language lies in understanding its nuances and recognizing that individual differences often outweigh gender norms. Observing patterns of behavior rather than isolated actions can provide a clearer picture of intent. By being mindful of how our own nonverbal cues might be received and seeking clarification when unsure, we can bridge the gap between intention and interpretation. This approach fosters better communication and deeper connections, allowing body language to serve as a bridge rather than a barrier in relationships. Social media interactions further complicate the digital dating landscape. Actions such as consistently liking posts, leaving thoughtful comments, or viewing stories may indicate interest. However, these behaviors can also be ambiguous, as they might stem from platonic appreciation or casual scrolling habits. As with in-person body language, interpreting digital cues requires looking at patterns and behaviors over time, rather than isolated incidents. In both physical and digital settings, body language can serve as a valuable tool for understanding attraction. Observing how someone sits, gestures, or responds in conversation can provide insight into their level of interest. Similarly, paying attention to the tone and pacing of digital communication can reveal enthusiasm or hesitation. However, it is important to strike a balance between observation and over-analysis. Obsessing over every glance, gesture, or delayed response can create unnecessary anxiety and lead to misinterpretations. Instead, focus on the broader context of interactions and prioritize genuine connection over deciphering subtle cues. Moreover, while nonverbal communication is powerful, it should not replace open, honest dialogue. verbal expressions of feelings and intentions are equally vital in building trust and mutual understanding. Combining body language with clear communication can help eliminate ambiguity, creating a stronger foundation for relationships. The role of body language extends beyond the initial stages of attraction and continues to play a crucial part in long-term relationships. As couples grow closer, non-verbal cues often evolve to reflect deeper intimacy and understanding. Shared glances, synchronized movements, and comfortable silences become indicators of emotional connection. Physical touch, such as holding hands or leaning into one another, reinforces feelings of security and closeness. However, negative body language can also reveal underlying issues in a relationship. Averted gazes, crossed arms, or a noticeable lack of physical affection might signal emotional distance or unresolved conflict. Recognizing these signs early on can provide an opportunity for couples to address concerns before they escalate. In this way, body language becomes both a barometer of relationship health and a tool for fostering communication. When relationships feel stagnant, positive body language can help reignite the spark. Simple acts such as maintaining eye contact during conversations or initiating affectionate gestures can strengthen bonds and remind partners of the connection they share. By being intentional with nonverbal cues, couples can continue to nurture their relationship, even in its later stages. Developing a deeper understanding of body language can significantly enhance one's ability to navigate romantic and social interactions. Awareness of one's own nonverbal signals, such as posture, gestures, and facial expressions, allows for more intentional communication. At the same time, observing and interpreting others' body language provides valuable insights into their emotions and intentions. However, it is crucial to remember that body language is highly individual and influenced by cultural norms, personality traits, and situational factors. Making assumptions based solely on nonverbal cues can lead to misunderstandings, emphasizing the importance of considering the broader context. Empathy also plays a key role in mastering body language. Observing micro-expressions, such as fleeting smiles or frowns, can reveal someone's emotional state and foster a deeper sense of understanding. This skill not only enhances romantic relationships but also strengthens connections in platonic and professional settings. Ultimately, body language should be viewed as a complement to verbal communication rather than a standalone guide. By combining an understanding of nonverbal cues with clear, honest dialogue, individuals can navigate the complexities of human interaction with greater confidence and authenticity. Body language is a profound yet often overlooked aspect of communication. In romantic contexts, it acts as a silent symphony, orchestrating the nuances of attraction, connection, and understanding. While men and women use and interpret these cues differently, their shared importance in building and sustaining relationships cannot be understated. By learning to recognize and respond to nonverbal signals, individuals can enhance their interactions and deepen their connections. However, the true art of communication lies in balance. Overanalyzing body language can lead to unnecessary stress, while ignoring it entirely may result in missed opportunities. The key is to approach nonverbal cues with mindfulness and context, using them as a tool to complement open communication. Whether in the early stages of attraction or in the heart of a long-term relationship, mastering body language allows individuals to navigate the intricate dance of human connection with grace and confidence. If you find this content engaging, don't forget to like and subscribe. These are just a few examples of the body language signals she uses to show she's giving you the green light. Up next, we'll dive deeper into the verbal cues and perspectives you might have missed, subtle signs from her words and viewpoints that reveal her interest. Stay tuned. Older men always miss these signs. A younger woman likes them, age gap love. Green flags from young woman. Number 1. She says guys her age are immature. My ex is immature and I was so tired of that. If the girl across from you says this, congratulations, you've entered the green zone. When a younger woman mentions that guys her age are immature, it's a strong signal that she's grown tired of dating her peers. This statement is more than a casual remark. It's a clear indication that she's searching for something different, something she believes she can find in an older man like you. This preference isn't just about age, it's about the maturity that often comes with it. First and foremost, it's crucial to distinguish between age and maturity. While age can contribute to maturity, they are not synonymous. Emotional maturity is about how one handles life's ups and downs, manages relationships, and communicates under pressure. Just because someone is in their 30s, 40s, or 50s doesn't automatically make them mature. You've probably encountered men nearing 40 who throw tantrums when things don't go their way, right? Emotional maturity is demonstrated through actions and responses, not by the number of years lived. When she comments on the immaturity of men her age, she's expressing a desire for a partner who can navigate life's complexities with grace. She's looking for someone who can handle tricky situations without losing their cool, who has meaningful and stable relationships, and who can communicate effectively even when tensions rise. This kind of maturity often comes from life experience, something you, as an older man, are more likely to have.
Yeah.
Being older can give you an edge, but it's not a free pass. You need to show that you've learned from your experiences and can demonstrate the emotional maturity she's seeking. This means being able to remain calm in stressful situations, showing empathy and understanding in your relationships, and communicating clearly and effectively. Number 2. Always complimenting you. You're enjoying a night out, and a younger woman can't stop raving about your outfit, your sense of humor, or the way you carry yourself. It might seem like she's just being kind, but there's more to it. Compliments are her way of saying, "I see something special in you." It's her way of signaling that she's attracted to you and values the unique qualities you bring to the table. Now here's the kicker. Being older doesn't mean your charm has expired. In fact, many younger women are drawn to the confidence and self-assuredness that often come with age. Think of compliments as a mirror reflecting back the aspects of yourself that she finds captivating. If she's praising your style, it's not just about your clothes, it's about how you present yourself and how that resonates with her. If she's commenting on your mannerisms or the way you engage in conversation, it's a sign that she's noticing and appreciating the nuances of who you are. Research shows that genuine compliments can strengthen relationships and boost self-esteem. When she acknowledges the little things, whether it's your well-chosen tie or your thoughtful insights, it's her way of connecting with you on a deeper level. It's about showing that she values not just your appearance but the essence of your character. Here's a pro tip. Don't just bask in the compliments, use them as a way to build and deepen your connection. Acknowledge her praise and reciprocate with genuine appreciation for her qualities. This mutual exchange of admiration can enhance your bond and keep the relationship vibrant. However, it's essential to recognize the hidden intent behind such compliments. Women often say one thing but mean another. It can be tricky, but this is something you need to understand if you don't want to fall into her manipulation trap. Think back. Has there ever been a compliment from her that felt like it was probing for something more? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 3. Her body language is inviting. Have you ever found yourself wondering whether a woman's subtle gestures are hints of something more? Imagine this. You're both seated at a cafe, and while you're engrossed in conversation, she starts leaning in a little closer. She might gently touch your arm during an animated discussion or shift her body to face you more directly. If you've been noticing that a younger woman seems to be closing the gap between you two, it might not just be coincidence. Her body language is like a secret dialogue, one that speaks volumes without uttering a single word. Body language is often called the silent communicator for a reason. While words can be deceptive or intentionally vague, the way someone physically interacts with you can reveal their true feelings. Think of it as a non-verbal love letter. If she's making a conscious effort to be nearer to you, it's a clear sign that she wants to build a closer connection. Take a moment to consider her movements. Is she positioning herself to be closer to you? Does she maintain eye contact and smile more frequently when you're together? These are all signs that her body is expressing interest. Even without overt physical contact, these subtle cues are powerful indicators of attraction. If you notice these signs, don't dismiss them as mere coincidences. Instead, recognize them for what they are, her way of communicating her interest. You don't need to overthink it. Simply being aware of these subtle signals can enhance your understanding of her feelings and improve your interactions. Remember, it's not always about grand gestures or overt actions. Sometimes the smallest changes in body language can reveal the most. So, the next time you're with her and notice these subtle signs, take them as a positive affirmation of her interest. Use this understanding to build a deeper connection, respecting the non-verbal cues she's giving you. Number 4. Obey you. Have you ever noticed how some interactions feel effortlessly harmonious, like a well-conducted orchestra? When a younger woman seems to follow your lead, it's not just coincidence. It's a powerful sign of her respect and interest. If she often defers to your suggestions, seeks your approval, or aligns her actions with yours, it indicates that she values your opinion and is drawn to your confidence and experience. Consider this scenario. You're planning an evening out, and she insists that you choose the restaurant or decide on the activities. This deference isn't about indecisiveness, it's her way of showing trust in your judgment. She might say something like, "I trust your taste," or "You always pick the best places." These statements are her subtle way of expressing admiration for your wisdom and experience. Think of a couple you know where the younger woman frequently looks to her older partner for guidance. She might ask his opinion on significant decisions, or seek his advice on personal matters. This deference is not about subservience, but about respect and admiration. It shows that she values his input and feels comfortable relying on his experience. This dynamic also ties into a psychological principle known as social proof. When she sees you making decisions confidently, it reinforces her belief in your capability. Social proof is a concept from behavioral psychology, where people copy the actions of others in an attempt to reflect correct behavior in a given situation. By aligning with your choices, she is subconsciously signaling her belief in your ability to lead. However, it's crucial not to misinterpret this behavior as a sign of submissiveness or lack of independence. Modern relationships thrive on mutual respect and partnership. Her inclination to follow your lead should be seen as a compliment to your leadership and decision-making skills, not as a sign of her lack of agency. She respects your perspective and trusts your judgment, which is a significant compliment. In fostering this dynamic, ensure that your leadership is inclusive and considerate. Ask for her opinions, value her input, and make decisions together. This approach not only strengthens your bond, but also demonstrates that you respect her autonomy and value her as an equal partner. Embrace this dynamic by being a considerate and inclusive leader, ensuring that your relationship is built on mutual respect and shared decisions. Before we dive into the next lesson, make sure you've liked and subscribed to our channel so YouTube's algorithm can recommend this video to a wider audience. Thank you. Number 5. Ask about your past relationships. Ever notice how conversations with her often drift toward your past relationships? This curiosity isn't random. It's a strong indicator that she's picturing a future with you. When a younger woman starts asking about your history with exes, it's because she's trying to piece together the puzzle that is you. She's not just being nosy, she's gathering intel to see if the picture aligns with what she's looking for in a partner. Imagine you're out for dinner and she casually asks, "So, what was your last relationship like?" Or, "Why did things end with your ex?" These aren't just small talk questions. They are her way of understanding your patterns, values, and the lessons you've learned along the way. She's trying to get a sense of what you cherish in a relationship and what you avoid. This insight helps her visualize whether you're compatible for a long-term connection. Think about it this way. If you're not officially together but she's digging into your past, it's because she's seriously considering you as boyfriend material. She wants to know how you handle relationships, how you've grown, and what kind of partner you'll be to her. It's a bit like doing a background check, but in a more personal and intimate way. There's also a psychological element at play here. By asking about your past, she's trying to create a sense of intimacy and build a deeper connection. This kind of conversation can reveal a lot about your character and emotional maturity. For instance, If you speak respectfully about your exes and take responsibility for your part in past breakups, it shows her that you're mature and self-aware. On the other hand, if you speak bitterly or blame everything on your exes, it might raise red flags for her. Addressing her curiosity also helps to alleviate her fears and uncertainties. Younger women dating older men often worry about how their partner's past might impact their future together. By openly discussing your relationship history, you're showing her that you're transparent and have nothing to hide, which builds trust and comfort. So, when she asks about your past relationships, see it for what it is, a clear sign that she's seriously considering a future with you. She's not just curious, she's assessing compatibility, learning about your character, and envisioning how you both might fit together. Engage in these conversations with honesty and openness, as they're crucial steps in deepening your connection and building a solid foundation for a potential future together. Number 6. She wants to spend time with you. Let's face it, in today's fast-paced world, time is one of our most valuable commodities. When a younger woman starts consistently carving out time from her busy schedule to be with you, it's not just because she's bored or has nothing better to do. This is a significant neon sign-like indicator that she's interested in you. She's investing her time and energy to discover more about you, which means you've piqued her interest in a big way. She's juggling work, school, and a social life, yet she's still making plans to grab dinner or coffee with you. This isn't a random act of kindness. It's a deliberate effort to be in your company. She's intrigued by who you are and is eager to dive deeper into your world. Whether it's attending events together, casual meetups, or more intimate dinners, she's using these opportunities to get to know you better. For instance, think about how often she initiates plans or agrees to hang out, even if it's just for a quick coffee in the middle of a hectic day. This eagerness to spend time with you is a clear sign that she values your presence and enjoys your company. She's not just looking for a casual fling, she's exploring the potential of a deeper connection. Why does she do this? Because time spent together is an investment in building a relationship. By consistently making time for you, she's showing that she's serious about exploring the possibilities with you. It's her way of saying, I'm interested in more than just a casual chat, I want to see where this can go. This behavior also serves another purpose. It allows her to observe how you handle different situations and interact with other people. These experiences help her gauge your compatibility and potential as a long-term partner. For example, if you're at a social event and she notices how well you interact with her friends, it reinforces her interest and shows that you can blend into her life seamlessly. Moreover, when she seeks one-on-one time with you, it's a golden opportunity for deeper, more meaningful conversations. These moments are crucial for building emotional intimacy and trust. She wants to hear your stories, understand your perspectives, and share her own thoughts and feelings. It's about creating a connection that goes beyond the surface level. Number 7. To her, your age gap is just a number. When a younger woman views the age gap between you two as just a number, it speaks volumes about her feelings for you. Society often places a stigma on relationships with significant age differences, but if she's openly dismissive of these norms, it's a strong sign she's genuinely interested in you. This mindset shows that she's more captivated by who you are as a person than the number of years you've lived. Take a moment to think about the times she's brushed off comments about the age difference with a laugh or a shrug. When she tells you she doesn't care about what others think, she's signaling that she values the connection you share above societal judgments. This kind of attitude is not just about being rebellious, it's about prioritizing the unique bond she feels with you over conventional expectations. For her, the intrigue lies in the potential of what could happen between you two. Your age, instead of being a deterrent, becomes an exciting aspect of your relationship. She sees you as a man of experience and wisdom, someone who can offer a different perspective on life. This maturity is often what younger women find appealing, a contrast to the often unpredictable and immature behavior they may encounter with their peers. Consider a scenario where you're out together and someone makes a passing comment about your age difference. Instead of feeling embarrassed or defensive, she might respond with a witty remark or simply ignore it. This nonchalance shows she's comfortable and confident in your relationship. She's not dating you despite your age. She's dating you because of who you are, age included. In conversations, she might even highlight the positives of your age difference, such as your life experiences, stability, and the different viewpoint you bring to the relationship. She might say things like, "I love how much you know about different things," or "You have such a grounded perspective on life." These compliments are her way of acknowledging the unique value your age brings to the relationship. Furthermore, her ability to shrug off societal norms is a testament to her emotional maturity. She understands that genuine connections aren't bound by arbitrary numbers. By openly embracing the age gap, she's showing that she's invested in the relationship and sees a future with you, where mutual respect and understanding outweigh external opinions. Number 8. She relates to you. There's a little thing called connection that transcends age. When you genuinely like someone, you'll discover commonalities. Think about it. We're all humans, and life experiences have a way of repeating across generations. Now imagine a young lady who's done with late-night parties and is more into investing and making her home a cozy haven. Not your typical 20-something vibe, right? But then she starts dating a guy in his mid-40s because they share the same interests and values. They vibe on the same wavelength, and that's where the magic happens. If you find a younger woman who connects with your lifestyle and interests, it's a pretty solid sign, my friend. When she can relate to your stories, your hobbies, and even your jokes, you know there's more than just a fleeting attraction. Perhaps she's into classic rock or enjoys discussing historical events, things that resonate deeply with you. This common ground creates a unique bond that defies age barriers. For example, you might both enjoy early morning hikes, appreciating nature's tranquility before the world wakes up. Or maybe you're both foodies, loving to explore new restaurants and savoring gourmet experiences. These shared interests aren't just hobbies, they're touch points that deepen your connection. When you're discussing the latest investment strategies over coffee or planning a quiet weekend getaway, you realize that your conversations go beyond the surface. They're meaningful and fulfilling. Think of it like this. If she prefers a quiet night with a good book over a wild night out, she might be aligning more with your pace of life. She's showing you that she values the same things you do, and that alignment is a powerful indicator of her interest. It's not about forcing a connection, it's about naturally finding common ground where both of you feel comfortable and understood. This connection also shows in the little things. Maybe she laughs at your jokes, even the ones that reflect a bit of an older sense of humor. Or she asks for your opinion on matters that require experience and wisdom, valuing your insights. These are signs that she respects you and sees you as a partner on the same level, despite the age difference. And let's not forget the deeper conversations. When she's genuinely interested in your past experiences and life lessons, it's a sign she values what you bring to the table. She's not just listening, she's engaging, asking questions and sharing her thoughts. This mutual exchange is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. Number 9. She says she wants someone stable. When she talks about craving stability, it's like she's handing you the keys to a treasure chest labeled "Older Man Welcome." If she's under 35 and looking for someone steady, you can bet she's got her sights set on a guy who's got a few more years under his belt. Stability isn't just about having a steady paycheck, it's about having your emotional and financial ducks in a row. Let's face it, the average first-time homebuyer in the US is 33, and the kind of stability she's looking for usually doesn't come wrapped in a 20-something package. Let's dive into why this is such a big deal. She's navigating the chaos of her career and social life, surrounded by peers who are just as lost and unpredictable. Then there's you, a rock in a sea of uncertainty. You've been through the ringer a few times, learned a few lessons and come out the other side stronger. This is what she's craving, someone who's not going to flake out or lose their cool at the first sign of trouble. Think about a conversation where she mentions how tired she is of the dating scene, how guys her age are still figuring out what they want in life. When she says she wants stability, she's not just talking about a steady job and a mortgage. She's talking about emotional resilience, the ability to handle stress without turning into a drama king. Your life experience, your calm demeanor, these are gold to her. Picture this. You're at a dinner party and she's glued to your side, soaking up your stories about life's ups and downs. Her friends, meanwhile, are still debating whether to settle down or hit the latest club. She's looking for someone who can offer a safe harbor in life's storm, and there you are, Mr. Stability himself. It's like finding a hidden gem in a pile of pebbles. Stability isn't just financial, it's emotional too. You've seen the highs and lows, navigated them without losing your cool, and that's exactly what she wants. She's not interested in someone who's still trying to figure out who they are. She's looking for someone who knows where they're headed. Your years have given you the kind of confidence and direction that she finds irresistibly attractive. Maybe she's had enough of the roller coaster relationships typical of her age group. She's looking for someone who can offer more than just a good time. She wants a partner who's got his act together. You're not just offering stability, you're offering a future where she can feel secure and supported. In essence, when she talks about wanting stability, she's giving you a huge hint. She sees in you the qualities that come with age: responsibility, reliability, and a clear sense of purpose. It's not just about being older, it's about being wiser, more grounded, and ready to build something real. So, if you notice these signs, how should you handle them? Let me share some tips for when you encounter these green flags from her. After watching our video thoroughly, you might feel mentally prepared. However, when faced with these signals from the young woman across from you, it can be challenging to maintain your composure. You might feel a surge of excitement, an urge to cheer, or openly display your happiness. But that's not all there is to it, gentlemen. Given the significant age difference, showing your emotions too clearly can backfire, making you appear overly predictable and possibly diminishing the intrigue she finds in you. So when you see these green flags, here's how to navigate them with finesse. First and foremost, act naturally. It's crucial to give off the vibe that you're familiar with such situations, even if internally you're doing cartwheels. Think of it as playing a game of poker. You want to keep your cards close to your chest. Confidence is key, but so is subtlety. You're not just any guy. You're a man of experience, someone who's seen and done enough to remain composed. Exuding this kind of calm assurance will make her feel that she's in the presence of someone truly special. Next, you need to lead the date. Leading, however, is different from controlling. Think of yourself as the steadfast captain steering the ship. You have a clear destination in mind, but you're also adaptable to the winds and waves of conversation. For instance, if she mentions an interest in art, suggest a visit to a gallery. If she's into nature, a casual walk in the park can be a perfect choice. By taking the initiative, you're showing that you're attentive and capable of creating enjoyable experiences for both of you. But remember, leadership isn't about dominance, it's about guiding with confidence and consideration. Let her voice her opinions and preferences, and incorporate them into your plans. This shows that you respect her and value her input, which can be incredibly attractive. It also helps you avoid the trap of coming off as controlling or dismissive of her feelings. Let's say her words are probing. She's asking questions about your past relationships or your views on future commitments. This isn't just idle chatter. She's trying to gauge your potential as a partner. Your responses should be honest yet measured. Share enough to show you're open and sincere, but don't lay everything on the table at once. A bit of mystery keeps things intriguing. For example, if she asks about your previous relationships, you might say, "I've had some meaningful relationships that taught me a lot about what I want and don't want in a partner." This response is honest but leaves room for her to ask more if she's interested, thus keeping the conversation dynamic. Now let's talk about maintaining a balance between showing interest and playing it cool. Being too aloof can signal disinterest, while being too eager can come off as desperate. Find that sweet spot where you're engaged but not overbearing. Compliment her genuinely but sparingly. Let her know you appreciate her company without making it seem like you're hanging on her every word. For example, if she's dressed nicely, a simple "you look great tonight" is enough. Avoid overdoing it with flattery, which can feel insincere. As you navigate these green flags, it's essential to keep the conversation light and enjoyable. Humor is a fantastic tool here. A well-timed joke or a playful tease can break the ice and make the interaction more relaxed. But be mindful of the tone and context. Your humor should uplift, not offend. Sharing a funny anecdote from your past can make you seem more relatable and human, bridging the age gap naturally. Also, be attentive to her nonverbal cues. Body language can tell you a lot about how she's feeling. If she's leaning in, maintaining eye contact, and mirroring your movements, these are positive signs. Respond accordingly by matching her level of engagement. If she seems a bit distant or distracted, don't push too hard. Sometimes, taking a step back and giving her space to express herself can be more effective. Finally, remember to be yourself. Authenticity is crucial in any relationship. Don't try to be someone you're not to impress her. Your experiences, wisdom, and maturity are your strengths. Let them shine through in a way that feels natural and genuine. The right woman will appreciate you for who you are, not just for your age or achievements. In conclusion, handling these green flags with grace and poise can significantly increase your chances of building a meaningful connection with a younger woman. Stay confident, lead with empathy, and most importantly, be true to yourself. This approach not only makes you more attractive, but also sets the foundation for a relationship built on mutual respect and genuine interest. So go ahead, embrace these signs, and steer your ship with the steady hand of experience. So there you have it, gentlemen. The subtle signs a younger woman might be into you can often fly under the radar, but now you know what to look for. From her telling compliments to her inviting body language, these green flags are your cue to confidently step forward. Remember, stay cool, lead naturally, and let your experience shine through. Navigating an age gap relationship comes with unique challenges, but understanding these signals can make all the difference. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with others who might benefit. Have you experienced any of these signs yourself? Drop a comment below and let us know your story. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on relationships, dating, and personal growth. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay confident and keep the conversation